basketball breakdown. LeBron, for having us up the first 2 rounds, you guys have played a lot of very close games. How has Coach Lou impacted this team's ability to finish so strong in the fourth quarter?
Just kept us even keel. And anytime we come to a timeout, even if we're up or down, or if the game is close, or if it's a game over us, and things of that nature, the team is making on us. He's just, always talking about the next possession. That's not worry about having a previous possession or a couple of possessions before. Let's try to figure out how we can get better, and it keeps us calm in those moments. So it's definitely beneficial for our team.
David Bennett, ESPN, LeBron, Joe referenced the last game that you guys are down 12-0 as a big three in postseason games, and tonight it was Kevin in the third quarter, some of you in the fourth, some Kyrie throughout. How have you guys been able to figure out the kind of be able to coexist with one another at such a high level?
Well, I know these guys have been waiting for this opportunity to be in the postseason again after what happened last year, with their injuries, and so they've been building up towards this, both mentally and physically. And obviously, I can't say that I haven't waited for them as well, to get them back to this moment so I can be out there with them, because it's something that we all envisioned when I came back. Kev was traded here, and obviously Kyle was already here. So, excuse me, we just. We're in a great rhythm right now as far as us three. We know exactly where we want to be on the floor. We know exactly where we are on the floor. And it's benefited all of us individually. And obviously it's trickled down to the team.
Joe Harden, Cleveland.com. I have 2 questions. The first one is for LeBron. I'm wondering, or I'd like you to specifically talk about why you would tap the ball to the corner on that. Just explain it. And then for all 3 of you, this is your second sweep, you know that. In between the first round and the second round, there was no problem with keeping a rhythm. But how do you maintain that again with another one playoff?
There's a few different things that went in my head. Obviously, with 2+ seconds left, I was able. First of all, I wanted to switch Tristan and JR, and I explained to you why. I thought about tipping the ball down the court, knowing that as soon as you tip the ball, the clock is going to start. I figured I would win the tip over shoulder, but Bazemore being the athlete that he is, it's kind of hard to gauge tip balls at times. I didn't want to tip it. He'd jump up in the air and grab it and shoot it. So I looked, I went to my next option, and Kev and JR had made a pocket to the corner. I felt that JR being next to Al Horford, he could beat him in foot race to the corner. And once I tipped the ball, JR was able to get over there and tip it back in. And I don't even think the shot got off before the buzzer anyways. But there's a few things playing in my mind. That's one I went with.
Yeah, I think all 3 of us can agree we did a good job between the last series sweep of staying locked in. We got a lot of conditioning. We were naturally watching the Atlanta and Boston series, depending on who we're going to play, just looking at the different matchups, key matchups, and how those teams are coached, what their fourth quarter package is, how they run their offense, defensive schemes, and we saw both of those teams last year in the playoffs. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play after the first round, but we did a great job of staying locked in, sharp on the court. We had our days off. We even had off the court our team dinners, just staying together as a team in every single way. So I felt like, I feel like we're going to do a good job of that this week, being able to stay locked in, and for whatever's next, we're going to be ready.
Marla Rydell, Academic Journal. Kevin, I was just wondering what sort of got you going there, and I don't know if it was a defensive thing, the adjustment you took advantage of, and what did it feel like to burn them? I think it was the same play. LeBron's passed you in the corner. It seemed like the same exact thing 3 times in a row.
I know I mentioned this, I think, almost after every single game, especially when we play well, but it's a product of us playing well is these guys playing downhill. They're so devastating and tough to stop when they're doing that. They're spraying out to the corner. They draw so much attention in doing so. They do it in different ways, but in doing that, Channing's going to be open, JR is going to be open, I'm going to be open. There's going to be so many different weapons that we have out on the perimeter, and tonight it happened to be me. I found myself open quite a bit, and I got myself into a great rhythm because of these guys in that third quarter.
You guys look very, very comfortable running this offense the way you are. Is there any reason why you guys can't keep up this three-point shooting?
I mean, at the end of the day, I think our shooting is coming from our ball movement. And myself and Kyrie's getting downhill. We're attracting, a second guy, third guy at times. Our shooters are just locked in and ready. And it's up to us to put the ball right there in their shooting pocket and for them to let it go. And obviously, we had some shots that didn't go in for us tonight, but I think we had another 20-plus assist game. And anytime we do that, we put ourselves in a position to succeed. And we have a low turnover game as well. I think in the first half, or in the first quarter, I think we had 6 turnovers, and then we only ended up with 14, so that has definitely helped us throughout this playoff run so far.
LeBron, right now, is Evan Powell Hawks speed. I'm wondering, can you take us through your thought process on the last play with Schroeder when you were able to tie him up? It appeared that you left your man on that play.
Well, I took the long three. I was going for the dagger, put us up 4, and I missed it. I knew they had no more timeouts, so they had to come full court. And Shorty did a great job getting in the paint like he's done all season. But once he went to the pump fake and he spun, he lost sight of me, and I was able to get my hand and tie it up.
Guys over here, Jonathan Simmons from Real Talk Sports. Kyrie, question for you, since you obviously were here with Cleveland first, what does it mean to you to be able to come out here? Second. Okay, let's get that straight.
I was here first.
There you go.
And I came back. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Just a timing thing, I got you. But anyway, bottom line, Kyrie, how does it feel for you now to kind of see kind of what everybody else saw with this big three, and now you being healthy and all of you guys being healthy in this playoff series?
It's just what I genuinely enjoy about the game of basketball. Playing with great guys, and I've had a few great coaches in my life and played with some great players, but when you have the ability to put a team together that our GM has, and Bron comes back, Kevin gets traded for, and then we all put a team together our first year, we make a great run at it, a few injuries here and there, and then we come into a postseason, it's our second time around, and there's a sense of calmness within our locker room, but also reality sets in that there's a bigger task that we're trying to get to, and we know that the steps that we need to take in order to get to that. So there's no two up or two down about celebrating 4-0 in the first round, 4-0 in the second round. We know the task at hand, what we want to accomplish, but this is more than I dreamed of, honestly. But I just live in the moment and never take a day for granted. Make sure we're constantly standing on each other to be great every single day. Off days or regular practice days, it's just we stay on each other and we know what to expect, and it's just awesome to have teammates like that.
Chris Haynes, Cleveland.com. Kevin, I wanted to ask, a lot of your teammates have said they've seen you kind of break out your shell off the court as far as personality. They say you're starting to roast guys now. I want to know if that, and getting on, and your personality breaking out off the court, has that had any effect on you on the court as far as how you're playing now?
I don't know, what do you guys think? I have a great relationship with everybody on the team. We are a team that gets along very well. These guys are laughing because they know even before I was here, would roast with these guys. So, Kyrie's over there laughing. Game of Thrones up there. I'm trying to get him to watch that.
I really don't know how to follow any part of that. What I was going to ask is, LeBron, is there anything sweeter about a sweep than just a normal closeout or even a seventh game win, or just how do you compare them?
No, I don't think it's sweeter either or. I think, if you're fortunate to win any playoff series, I think it's sweet. No matter if it happens at 7 or if it happens at 4 or 5 or 6. You're fortunate. I mean, it's what is it, 16 teams out of our 30 in our league that starts the postseason, and then if you're able to advance, I think it's a pretty cool thing. And for us to be able to advance, for not in the first round, but not in the second round, I think it's pretty sweet no matter when you do it.
Chris Parker, Cleveland team. LeBron, you often talk during the season about good habits and developing the habits. I was wondering how you could say those habits helped you in this game.
We don't stay on there every single day, as long as we have life, and I'm sure we have a lot of life right now. So, we have to work our habits every single day, both on the floor and off the floor, mentally, physically, and spiritually every single day in order to be professional, in order to be great. And, when you do that, you'll be able to fall back on times throughout the game, not looking so bright. It's helped us, throughout this whole season, not just the postseason.
This is for Kevin. Obviously, this was a close game. What did the Hawks do there in the fourth quarter that it really brought it down to the wire?
I think a lot like us, they stuck with their game plan. They're well coached. They had a number of weapons on their team. Like us, they played with a lot of pace, and they were in a good rhythm tonight. So we knew they were going to give us their best shot. They were going to punch us in the mouth, give us everything that they had. So it became really a 2-minute game for us. And it came down to a couple of possessions where we were able to make plays and got stops when we needed to. So it was a great series to close out for.
Marla Reiner, Akron Beacon-Journal. For LeBron or Kyrie, since Kevin kind of downplayed what he did, I just wondered if one of you two could just say, he was kind of struggling in the first half, what he meant to you tonight.
It was kind of great actually the way it happened. We're coming down a few possessions, and the pace just slowly starts to pick up in the third quarter, and we're getting downhill, myself and Bron, and our aggressiveness is there, and then we just started to see something that kind of just unraveled with their defense, and I came down, and it kind of was in the spur of the moment. I ran a double drag with Kev, and Kev, I don't think they could prepare for something like that with myself screening, him screening, and he's popping, and I'm rolling. And then we came to the timeout, and we discussed it, and we just kept going until it worked. And he had made a shot in the corner, the right corner before, and then he gets going like that. I mean, that's just big time, especially in a closeout game, and it felt really good. For all of us, just as a team, we come to the bench, we're feeling good. And our third quarter right there, it put us in a good place. Didn't start the fourth particularly well, but if Kev didn't do that in the third quarter, and we get the lead, and we have some daylight, and we show flashes, he put us in a great position. So.